Hey guys, this is Bandito Bane, the well-rounded nerd, the Super Spider-Man fan, and the Warhammer noob. And today we will be reviewing a collaboration between Marvel and Dynamite, Spider-Man and Red Sonja. And this is written by Michael Avon Oming and art by Mel Ruby. And here we have Spider-Man in the Hyperion world, and he is forced to team up with Red Sonja, who is inhabiting the body of Mary Jane as they get up against Kul Gath, Red Sonja's arch nemesis. And as the as New York is slowly being turned into a medieval city, Spider-Man and Red Sonja must work together to thwart the evil of Kul Gath. So let's get into it and see how it goes. The story of Spider-Man Red Sonja follows the same one from 1979 of Marvel Team Ups, number 79, which features Spider-Man and Red Sonja. Basically, a senator comes to the Metropolitan Museum where Mary Jane is rehearsing uh, rehearsing her role for Macbeth, and Spider-Man's out doing his patrol. The the senator is tired of getting and wants to be with his family. He hates politics, kind of like me, and he wants to just retire so he can spend more time with his family. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, Mary Jane is getting ready for her role. She calls Peter and tells her that she got the role for Macbeth and she will be coming home later while Peter's on patrol. We then see the senator finding the necklace which belonged to Red Sonja's ancient enemy, the warlock Kul Gath. And this was the enemy that was in the Red Sonja movie. He's been the top adversary for Red Sonja in the Dynamite comics as well. Now, and then he unleashes this spell which turns New York from the metropolitan area, all the way up to the Brooklyn Bridge, into a medieval version, swords and sandals version of New York. All the all the people are talking old English. You have Robbie and you have J. Jonah Jameson. Uh, you have other people basically turning into like peasants, and Spider-Man's the only one who's not seems to be not affected. And Kul Gath sees this, so he decides to have his wife, Mary Jane, who's in the Metropolitan Theater, to draw the sword of Red Sonja, and he has them fight each other. But it seems like Mary Jane is still in Sonja because she can't when she has Peter in the death grip. She couldn't do it, and she starts remembering Mary Jane's memories. But things get more complicated when Venom comes into the picture, and this also intrigues Kul Gath. Kul Gath wants the symbiote, and this brings an amalgamation of Venom and Kul Gath, which is called Kul Venom. Now, this villain has the strength and agility and the powers of Venom, as well as the blood sorcery of Kul Gath. Now, this this story is very good, very interesting, and a very good amalgamation to these two characters in their own kind of way. But let's go to the art and see how it looks. The art by Mike Ruby is very good, very detailed. You got the classic Spider-Man design with Peter, Peter, even though you don't see him without his mask, he still nails the look of classic Peter Parker. He also has the same Spider-Man poses and the same ways he goes around web swinging. It's always good to see artists being able to interpret Spider-Man the way he does right there. Now going to Red Sonja, yes, he really does nail the cheesecake factor for Red Sonja. The fact that he is able to do her and Mary Jane in a similar type of vein, it's very very good. The fact that he uses the same body type, the same face, but he'll change the hair to make them just a little different, and he will and the action of the of the fights are a little sometimes they're a little jarring, but I think he pulls it off well. The 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 new design to the villain classic Spider-Man Rogues Gallery is very good because they are in Hyboria, and and they have to look very different from their original forms. So the lizard now looks like one of those giant things with lizards with fans on the side of his head. The scorpion is now basically a half man, half scorpion, and the hobgoblin now has a skull on his face for a face and rides around on a giant bat. So and he shoots fireballs. So this always is a good thing that I like seeing this kind of version of of very different types of styles and worlds being brought together. Especially, I love it in a crossover, and this crossover really pulled it off with Mike Ruby's art. So the verdict I have for Spider-Man Red Sonja, going through own scaling, my own ranking, going with 5 thwaps being the absolute best to half a thwap being the absolute worst. I am going to give Spider-Man Red Sonja 3.5 thwaps, and this is mainly because the action scenes are really jarring and very disoriented, but the art is incredible. I do love the camaraderie that Red Sonja has with Spider-Man, and the type of buddy cop comedy that they have going on throughout the entire comic book. And I love seeing Spider-Man in this swords and sandals type type of setting, and I also enjoyed seeing Red Sonja in modern day New York, where she actually thought everything was sorcery. She even thought that a subway was a steel beast that she could tame. And I do like the way that Spidey was constantly referring things like Lord of the Rings or Dungeons and Dragons, and he even had him and Sonya enjoyed the interactions he had with Sonja. Like he was the comic on always comical jokester, and she was his straight man, who always was trying to get down to business, and they were more like a married couple, which kind of makes sense because Sonya is possessing Mary Jane, and at around that time they were married. But yeah, I will give this one a good. I will let people decide for themselves, but I would suggest picking it up either through either through your comic book store, your bookstore, or even on Amazon, either through Kindle or other ways. Pick it up, give it a read. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, then yeah, yeah, that's if it's not your cup of tea, then it's not your cup of tea. But I say it's a good story. It incorporates a lot of what of Spider-Man, and also incorporates a lot of Red Sonja. So that's it. Will be it for today with this review of Spider-Man Red Sonja. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This has been Bandito Bane, the well-rounded nerd, the Spider-Man superfan. Let's try that again. I kind of fumbled up. The well-rounded nerd, the Super Spider-Man fan, and the Warhammer noob, saying, keep playing, and God bless.